Right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gonna get a mic check and then we're gonna get some chat going on. All right. Hope everybody's night was good. Oh, we don't need this over here. We need it over here. Well, all right. So, welcome. Hold on 1 second. I'll get going here in a minute. All right. So we have chat, which is good. I'm gonna check in on the chat. Morning chat. Ooh. Morning chat. Okay, we've got chat going on and just gonna check the quality of the stream real quick. And then we will get going. Hope everybody's night was good. Mine was tossing and turning. My shoulder is killing me for some reason. So, yeah, it sucks. All right, looks like the stream's going good. And a couple things we need to talk about. Looks like futures made a little bit of a run overnight, but now they're trying to dip off. There's been some news coming out about coin and yeah, we'll just check the news here in a minute. All right, so the stream is good. We've got chat is good. Up is good. Let's go. Let's check out futures. All right. So looking at the future, first of all, are you serious? All right. Let's try that again. First of all, welcome. My name is Algo, and thanks for joining me on this Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. This is the morning stream. We will try to find stocks options that are going to have, a greater than expected chance of making a move. I got to do one thing real quick and possibly just double checking. I'm having the worst time with these filters lately on my face, and I don't know what's causing it. I really don't. It's like it either wants me to be super orange. We don't like orange faces, right? I don't want to have an orange face, right? Or it is going to, see? Or it makes me totally like ghost. I don't want to be a ghost either. So really looking for some assistance. If anybody knows anything about working with LUTs, right, let me know. See if we can get a little bit of, right, see now I'm super white. It's just crazy. There goes my hat. There goes everything. We're just gonna, whatever. We don't have time for all that. Okay. So, in this morning stream, I typically go through the futures to see what's happening there. I'll check out some news. I'll take some requests, and we'll look at stocks that I've got picked for the day. Okay. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, make sure you use the chat feature, right? Live chat's running. I will be checking in on that for any requests that you have. Okay. At about 30 minutes, I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I got to get my son up, and I'm going to be cutting the stream a little early. Tomorrow, I plan on streaming the Open, so if you're interested in watching that, it's not as exciting as it sounds. I typically wait about 10 or 15 minutes before I take a trade, and then I try to find something and get in and get out and get my lunch money. So that being said, let's just get started. All I ask in return is you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your family, friends, workers, colleagues. And if you haven't got a free trial of FlowTrade yet, there's a link possibly pinned in the description. Okay. Morning. So we have a request for Win, PayPal, and You. Great stocks to pick. I'll also add Pen to that. Let me write these down so I don't forget. I have a tendency, I've been starting to do an aftermarket video. And what happens is I go through so many stocks during the day that I get started on it, and I don't even remember what I looked at for the entire day. It's crazy. I know. First world problems. Okay. All right. So looking at futures, upper left-hand corner is ES. Pretty much choppy in the aftermarket session. Overnight, we gapped down. We're slowly trying to rise up. Hopefully it's not another range-bound day. Very well could be. The same thing with YM, right? Very similar. ES, YM, NQ, all very similar patterns. Choppy, gap down, pull, we're running now. This could be a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC reversal. It could be a longer term, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll keep an eye on it. However, notice how we've got a downtrending overhead resistance on all of these. That's not super enthusiastic. Really looking for, let's see, NQ made a lower low, so that's not encouraging. Okay. The Russell is it's just always been late to the party. Gold is interesting. Sold off pre-market yesterday, right? Sold off all day yesterday. Been kind of chopping. However, check it out. It's making lower lows and lower highs. So it's actually uptrending. Keep an eye on gold. Crude, futures, super volatile yesterday. A bunch of news came out, and there's something about a pipeline breaking. I'll have to double check into it. But look, crude is actually moving in a nice upward direction, right? We've got a trend starting. Higher lows and higher highs. Bonds. So bonds are going to be interesting today. Oops, that didn't sound good, I'm sure. Bonds are going to be interesting today. I believe they're going to be selling them. I'll have to double check on that. This is just not something I'm interested in partaking in right now. And then the yen, yuan, the Japanese dollar sold off to support, right? It is slowly trying to make its way back up. However, it failed to make a higher high. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Some interesting points for the ES. Let me just see if I can throw a quick trend line on here. See if it matches up. Right off of that resistance. This one's a little bit more interesting. We have, like, you would think it would come off of that high, but that was busted. The new one is probably off of this rebound here. And move to the right. Yeah, there's some key levels. The NQ, right? NQ is, oh, that was horrible. Trying to go too fast, and wow, I'm lagging. Why the lag? I came across a new tool called Quant Tower. It's amazing for futures. The data is pretty significant, and I'm really digging it. One of the things that we're going to start doing on the stream is we're going to start looking at trading futures. Like I mentioned last night in the video, I use AMP futures for that. And I choose AMP because if you're just starting out learning how to trade futures, then things like margin rates and commissions are going to be very important. For example, TOS has a $5. I got to quit banging that. I might have to move it. All right, TOS has a $5 commission structure, so it costs you $2.50 to send the order out, $2.50 to close the order. So that's $5, right? AMP futures is only 89 cents round trip. So if you're trading micros where each point is worth $5, right, which I would highly recommend if you're just starting out, you don't want to get into, $500 options contracts, or excuse me, futures contracts. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye. If any of this overhead resistance breaks, then I think we can continue to move higher. Contrarian, I believe that's going to be the resistance for the day. I don't know if we're going to get over it. Okay, moving on to the algo. I'll keep that up for a minute. All right, so as far as the algo is concerned, I've got a couple that I'm interested in. mRNA. Hey, what's up, Lazario? mRNA is just going to rip face. Penn, Corsair, Disney. Good stocks. All right, I've got a couple that I found that do have nice bullish divergence that we're looking into, and I would prefer to play BNTX versus mRNA. BNTX is got, it's basically Myrna, right? But it's got the bullish divergence that we like to see. Starting on the upper left-hand corner, quick review of my charts. White is price action. Purple is the regular algorithm. If you see me draw a blue line, it's a dark pull trade. If I draw a red horizontal line, those are regular block trades. And if you see me drop a white line, hit the boys up in Miami because those regular block trades and the dark pool trades are so close that you can't distinguish, and it's a very important inflection point. So keep an eye on those. Okay. Looking at Illumin, I don't know what they do, but on the 15-minute chart, the algo is consistently making higher highs and higher lows. Price action looks like it's starting to make a rebound with higher highs and higher lows. So this is considered just very standardized bullish divergence. And what we're looking for is we're looking for that divergence to play out, right? Very similar to gaps, the divergences must play out. There's no specific timeline on how long it will take for this divergence to play out. It could be 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks. You know, it's all based on the amount of orders that are coming through for the stock. So we're looking at this divergence here, right? Because the rest of this divergence is pretty much played out. It's interesting that it does come from the same level, so we're looking to get back up to that level and break above it. Okay, the algo is, steady rising. As long as that algo can continue to move in an upward direction, I believe it's going to continue to drag price action up with it. As far as price action is concerned, we've got rising trendline support. Looks like there may be, like a couple things. We've got flag here, maybe a little bit of a wedge here. We'll check it out when we pull up the charts. And this is ILMN. Illuminati. All right. So what did it do yesterday? All right, checking out the daily. We're looking for this MACD to curl back around. So far, it's a little negative and decreasing. This appears to be a possible 1, 2, 3 reversal. This is what that would look like if it actually worked, right? So high to low, right? Rally to VWAP, pull back to support, right? And then obviously move back to the upside. Thought I didn't have to see. There we go. Hopefully that's the move that we're looking to have happen. That's on the daily. We're looking for at least a rally to the mean, which is the 21 EMA, so approximately 45. We do have the rising 50-day SMA above us. That's going to be resistance. So looking to target possibly point of control, highest volume, right at 475. And VWAP is going to be resistance of VWAP 474. Point of control coming in at 476. 480 is a nice round number. Definitely believe that there may be some action at that level. Let's see how it interacts with the 480. So 475, 480, the stock has a tendency to use as, so we've got a supply zone right here that we're going to target, right? 475, 477, 43. Looking at the 15-minute, we are not in a squeeze. We're looking for this MACD to actually bounce and continue to move upwards. Hopefully this is just a rally, pull back to support at VWAP, continue to move upwards. We would need this. Let's see. I thought I had a zoom feature in here, but I guess I don't. Unfortunately, that sucks. So what we're looking for is we want this 50-day SMA to bounce off of that 200. That's a bullish sentiment. If it crosses down below, I'm going to look at possibly bringing this back down to 450. Okay, even though the algo's pulling us up, the 200 and the 50 directional SMAs are very important. We're looking for those moving averages to stack back up. It currently looks like we're resting right at VWAP 460. So very interesting to see what happens at the open. If we fail at the open, we've got support. This is kind of a wide demand zone, so I'm not sure I want to use it. Let's see if we got a little bit smaller one over here somewhere that we can tap into. Yeah, so I'm going to say our demand zone is going to run from that low, right, to there. I have to keep an eye on that. It's actually a very wide demand zone, but I just want to keep it as small as possible. So we've got, oh, hold on. Oh, I've got this other computer over here that for some reason likes to power cycle off. I got to set that up. So if we break VWAP, I would see us coming back down and testing, potentially support at 455. Below that, 452. So it would be a short to some key levels. Looks like they added some new tools. Interesting. All right. So obviously this is a level that has been of interest and then the demand zone. So I would play break a VWAP, short to 457.16, then down to 450. 453.50. Contrarian, we break above the 250 SMA, and we would, so basically breaking above yesterday's high, and then I'd like to go long up into, 470, right? 470 be the target. Above that, 475. So possibly 475 if you want to get a couple, extended options, taking profit, $5 increments on the way up. So that was ILMN Lilly, Eli Lilly. This is obviously a beer bug stock, so we're going to keep an eye on that. We do have some divergence that's just occurred. Basically yesterday, started some new divergence. Looking for support to maintain and this to be recovery. Let me just show you what the algo is doing, and then we'll just continue from there. I'm doing pretty decent. All right, so that first one took me a little longer. I'm going to actually move through these next ones pretty quickly because I don't necessarily have to explain every move, right? Oh, come on. Give me the right tool. There we go. So this is consolidation. This is a consolidation breakout of the algorithm. So it is moving higher, right? We're looking for this price action support to maintain. All right, to maintain our support for continuing to move to the upside. Looks like we've got a little bit of a overhead resistance, but not for about $5 to $10 on the way. I'm going to be targeting this dark pool trade that came in at 269.10. Right, that's a good target level. Above that, we have these regular block trades will act as like pivot points, support and resistance. So 262 on the dot. That's pretty interesting. And 272.01. Like, come on. Can you be more obvious? So I'm looking for a rally up to 262, potential rejection or breakthrough and back testing. If that happens, then the move to 269, taking profit on the way up to 272. Looking at Lilly on the old chart piece. All right, so rally, sell off down into -2 ATR. We've got rising 50, rising 200. That's all very bullish. This is basically profit taking and cooling off consolidating time right here. Looks like we had a squeeze that fired to the downside. We're going to be using the 618 retracement as support and a potential reversal point. Okay. VWAP's coming in at 263. That's also a reversion to the mean, right? The 21 EMA. So 263 is a good initial target. See what that looks like over here. Right. Oh, that's a gorgeous supply zone. I got to write that out. So this doji is going to be the supply zone as well as going to be our target. 263 is the target initially based on price action. See how that fares with the algo. Yeah, so that's that 262 dark pool or regular block trade. So it's a good target, right? However, we made a new low. I'm looking for this slingshot squeeze to release, like to continue to curl around. We may be a little early, but when it curves back over and it releases, then we can get a larger than expected move to the upside. However, currently our moving averages are stacked negatively, right? 821.34, it should be the other way. I'm really looking for this MACD crossover right here. Looking for that to happen to pull us back up to the upside. Okay. As far as trend lines go, I'm not super impressed. Excuse me. see what the trends have to say. I gotta modify that trend tool a little bit. I mean, we are in a downtrend, but that's based off of this rally to 3 ATR. Pullback, looking for a reversal point. We're currently sitting in a new, we're sitting in a demand zone right now. Right? We'll use that as support. If and only if we cannot maintain 254, then I would look to play it down to the 50 SMA on the daily, which is rising. So targeting the 618 at 252, right? Just a little $2 blip bloop. That may need to happen before the reversal takes place. So maybe a little early on Eli Lilly. Just keep an eye on it. It's definitely setting up. We have that bullish divergence. Okay, moving on. BNTX. This is my preferred stock over mRNA, simply because the moves already happened in mRNA. Nice, good algo divergence. Algo is pulling price action up. One thing I do want you to be aware of is there are no block trades. So we don't have any we don't have any institutional action that you can see that's going to help us out. So keep that in mind. Algorithms moving up. Keep an eye on this little curly Q. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it is curled down. So that could be, right? We want to keep an eye on the algo maintaining that support level. It did feel like it did create a gap yesterday. So I don't know if it fills gaps. Looks like it does. Yeah, it looks like it fills gaps. So just keep an eye on it. I want that algo to bounce up to the upside. As far as price action is concerned, we have, let's see what we got going on here. Right, we've got a little bit of trend line support. Looks like it's creating kind of a rising channel. So keep an eye on that. As far as price action is concerned, what is that, big NTX? Got this mic right here that is totally blocking my keyboard. 1 second. Oh, I've been talking a lot on the mic, so I don't know how announcers do it. All right, let's just check back in on the futures real quick. Look at that. Look at that. There's just like, where did it find support? There's no key levels, right? This is the midpoint, pivot point on the NQ. That makes sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts at breaking that overhead resistance. Are we going to do it this time? Highly doubt it. The Russell's continuing to sell off. Gold is continuing to make its slow grind upwards. Crude trying to make a move. Bonds, right? So when bonds rise, ES fails, in my opinion. And the yen is trying to make a move as well. So we're going to really pay attention to these overhead resistance, levels. Do I go up here? Yeah, see all that's busted up. Keep an eye on that one. Okay. 2, 4. Like NQ's really trying to break through that level. So I've got this. Ooh, that's a nice little $5 5-point move on the ES that's occurring right now. All right, back to BNTX. Okay, looking at the daily chart. All right, we hit the 50, rallied to the 21, pulled back to the 50. Since then, it was a rally up to highs of 463, pulled back, rally, pulled back to the 21, tweezer bottom, right? Corrective move, just kind of maintaining that 21 EMA. We have a little bit of bullish MACD divergence. So as this price is rising, MACD is falling. We had a couple squeeze fire off to the downside. We sold off to about 1 ATR, nothing too spectacular. Looks like we did maintain the support level at 320. So this is significant in that we've maintained that support level there. Okay. It is also our demand zone. So we will be using this as our demand zone. Fits pretty dang nicely there, right? So nice reversal off of the demand zone. No squeeze really happening. right? RSI is neutral. MACD is neutral but decreasing. So we're looking for that signal line to bounce off of the zero line and continue upwards. This slingshot squeeze right here is what I'm looking for to release to the upside. We may be a little bit early. We may get a rally to the 21, pull back, and then a move. We're looking at VWAP coming in right at 360, point of control 370, right? There's some numbers that we're going to need to keep an eye on. 350 looks like it's a pretty significant psychological level where price action has interacted with in the past. 349 to 350. Yeah, there's a pretty decent supply zone there. Let's see. I'll use this level here. All right, so we've got our supply and demand zone. Typically, those are the same width. However, I did one off the daily, one off the 15-minute chart. Okay. All right, so back into price action. What I like about this stock is, look at this. Uptrending, stack positive moving averages, 8, 21, 34, 50, and 200 SMA. We have VWAP resistance right at the top of our supply zone. So if we can get above 347.50, I would look for a move to at least 351, possibly back testing at that point, and then a continued move to the upside. Let's see, our 357 is the target because that's where our point of control is, or excuse me, that's where the 21 EMA is, and I think that's this level here. Yeah, let's target. I think this would be a good target level right there. 356.99. You get my point, right? You see the move here. Really a break above 357 or even 360, then I feel like we would have to pull back, gather a little bit more momentum, and continue up to the upside. Okay. All right. Those are the three that I had. Let's go ahead and check out the requests. Thanks for doing. All right. Thanks for being patient. So we've got Win, PayPal, CRU, which is, and then Pen. All right. So Win. All right. The Algo is continuing to make all right. So the Algo is overall bullish. Okay. This pullback with the Algo that's happening right now is pretty standard. So let me just draw this out for you, right? The Algo is an overall generalized uptrend, right? It has created itself some support and resistance levels, right? A little bit of a channel, right? So if the Algo does pull back, I'd look for it to bounce off of this level here. It's already starting to curl around a little bit. This is a massive move up. I think that it needs to come back and back test. We don't have any block trade levels that are going to provide support and resistance, so this is going to be all price action as far as Win goes on the chart. Massive move yesterday. That's gorgeous. All right, shoulders killing me. So looking at it on the daily, we broke above the 50 SMA, which is good. However, we got that directional 200 SMA, the directional SMA above us. It is increasing though. Currently trading at 2 ATR. Got this nice bullish harami. Don't judge me on that. That's a, I want to say an inside candle, possibly. No, it's not even an inside candle. Anyway, Right, rally, back test in the 21 or the 200, rally, pullback. I don't know if they had earnings or not, but we've got bullish MACD divergence where the signal line's coming down and price action's either staying neutral or increasing. I like that we have stack positive moving averages, 8, 21, 34, 50 on top of the 200. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a micro slingshot squeeze that should release, right? As soon as this histogram goes from negative to neutral positive, those red dots will turn to white and that squeeze will fire off. We did have a daily squeeze that's fired off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these squeezes, when they fire off on the daily, they'll typically run for about 8 to 10 sessions off of the time frame that they fired. So this fired off the daily. So we're looking for 8 to 10 days of the squeeze continuing to fire. So we've got a couple more days left on it, probably until Friday. So as far as positions go, I'm going to target the 382 retracement. And I don't know why it's pulling it off at that level there. So it's going from this high to this low. That needs to be changed. I think I'm gonna have to draw one. Yeah, so in this one that we're in now, we broke through the 382. We're on our way up to test, right? I would look at testing 110 to 113. We have a pretty significant supply zone that runs off of this doji right here. Right, there's our supply zone. Well, there we go. So yeah, definitely want to target the 382. So 110 is a good target. We're currently trading at. I gotta fix that. So rally, pullback, riding the 8, touching the 21. If we have to come down, we have support at 105. Below that, we have the 50-day support at 104. So as far as demand zones go, this is the one, right? There's our demand zone. That's our target right there. So I definitely think that we can achieve that today if this slingshot squeeze fires off. So yeah, good call out on when. Okay, moving on to PayPal. Okay, so PayPal is a little different. See how this divergence occurred here? We're currently got a little bearish divergence. Let me just start marking this up. I'm not going to use 30 days. The last 11 days, we have some regular blocks that are going to come in and provide support and resistance. However, the algorithm is being funky, right? While the algo is generally in an uptrend, it's kind of formed right? We need that algo to make a decision at this area here. If it continues down, right, then I would look to bring PayPal to at least block level support, 290, 291 area. Below 291, then I think that it will continue to pull price action back down to previous lows. So those would be good targets. As far as our block trades are concerned, we have regular block trades, 290.20, 290.97. That's our support. Let's see what we got here. Let's check out PayPal on the old chart piece. I don't know how I feel about this boom being right there. I might have to move it. Move it again, though. I'm such a pain in the butt. Oh, crap. Look at this rally overnight. What are we doing here? PayPal. All right, so we had a squeeze release. Like I said, we have another 8 to 10 periods of this squeeze firing off. We are above the 50, above the 200, trading at 3 ATR. This move here, right? We have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We are in the 5th wave. Expect a correction. Right? Possibly that kind of a move. My levels might be off a little bit there. This is the move I'd want to play. We are in the 5th wave if we're playing Elliott wave. Rally, pullback, rally, pullback. This is a parabolic, or this is just a continuation. 300 is a nice psychological level, right? So I would be targeting that. As far as on the 15-minute chart goes, right? This is that slingshot squeeze that I'm talking about right here. If I can draw on here or not. Oh, I can. Cool. Except for that coloring is not going to work. Basically, see how price action slingshotted around the squeeze released and it's fired off, right? Since at that point of release, the 8, 21, 34 are stacked positively, especially with the 50 and the 200 below it stacked positively. There's about an 80% chance that that squeeze, is, when it releases, is going to fire off to the upside. So, I don't know why I got that as, I can't see that level. I got to change that. 298. So a $5 move pre-market. Look for some profit taking at the open. We have support here. I mean, it's very small support, but that's a 21 EMA on the 15-minute chart. I would consider support all the way down to VWAP, actually. Right? Like we could pull all the way back to VWAP, which would be the 50 and the 34, and then that next move would be a little bit more explosive. Yeah, PayPal's looking pretty decent as far as those levels go. Here is VWAP. So VWAP is essentially the 50. All right. Notice that the did gap up, so I don't know if it needs to gap fade at the open. That's a very real possibility. There's this gap here. Right. Oh, what's a good color for the gap? Should we use purple? Right. Right. Maybe we'll keep that as the rectangle. So there may be a strong pullback blowing through that demand zone. Let's see. How does it react? Definitely respects the 50 or the 200. Definitely respects the 21. Doesn't really, never really hit the 34. So keep an eye on that as the move. I think I've laid the move out pretty good, right? I can't update yet. All right. Gap to 300, right? Gap to 300, profit taking pullback, fade to support. Very real possibility. All right. Let's check out the rest of these. I'll be right back in 1 second. I got to go wake up my son. Give me a second. All right. Thanks for being patient. Life of a dad. Acquisition news last night. But what acquisition news did PayPal have? That's the question. Did it? Anyway, PayPal looks decent. All right. I'm not sure what U is. So no block trades in the last 20 days. The Algo has been essentially trading with price action. Currently, the Algo's made a little bit of a weird move, right? Looks like we hit some resistance here, and we haven't been able to break it. Right, so the Algo really needs to make its mind up there. I don't like this pattern that it's formed. As far as price action is concerned, I'd have to look. What is U? What do they do? Who are they? What are they about? Unity Software? All right. So for me, this is kind of overextended, right? It's trading at 2 ATR. This is lucky it didn't reverse off of this trend killer candle that formed on the 3rd. It's just, I think it's starting to make one of these moves, right? So support at 192 or 129. That would be a break at the 50 or the 200. All right, so we rallied, consolidated, popped, dropped, consolidated. Second attempt at breaking out, pulled back. That's a gorgeous uptrend right there. You got to mark that up. You don't see it. You don't see this that often, but when you do, you got to mark it up. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Okay. Broke that support, broke below the 50. Right. This. All right, let's just do this. So we've got a demand zone. That's the longer term one. We've got a shorter term demand zone that runs basically runs we'll call that the demand zone. Currently, it's making new highs, so it's continuing to make supply zones. I would take previous highs as support, right? So we've got support there. We've got support. I'm not going to count that wick. We've got support there, right? There's our supply zone to blow through. So we have a broken upward trend line support. We broke down below the 50 SMA. We've got negatively stacked moving averages. So I would say a break of 134. We come and back test this demand zone here at 132. And that 132 puts us, right, this previous low. Below that, we go down to 128. However, I think that this rising 200 SMA at 131.50 would probably be the support level, right? The support level. All right, make that guy red. Just whatever color, just so that it's a little segmented out. All right, that was you. Moving on. All right, let's see. They're buying Paidly. I thought they already did that. They're just acquiring everything. Oh, I read the news on it. They're buying the Japanese buy now, pay later. Yeah, I read the news on that. That's bullish. It's very bullish. Okay. What do we have next? Penn National Gaming. We're going to look at Penn. We have to look at DraftKings. Nope. Oops, wrong letters. Look at that. DraftKings just in an uptrend, right? The algo's trading with price action. Yeah. All right. So as far as pen is concerned, what do we got going on here? Divergence played out. Divergence played out. I mean, it's channel bound. I think Algo is essentially trading with price action. I don't have to say any block trades that are coming. They're going to come in and help us out. Yeah, it's pretty much range bound. All right. So if pen can get out of its own range there, so if it can backtest that and continue on, the algo is right. See the little wedge? See how it's wedging itself into a corner. Hopefully you can recognize this. Hopefully you can recognize this. You see this? Like range bound. Let's see what it looks like on the chart. Yeah. Let's see what it looks like when we have more data given to us. All right. ES looks like it's just choppy. So it rejected off of yesterday's close and looks like it may be a little range bound. All right, so pen, nice move up yesterday. We are trading at 3 ATR. Excuse me. I need to take a break for a sec. Candy apple crisp. It's amazing. All right. Is this a cup and handle? Could it be? It could. Do we need this MACD to cross over? We do. Do we need the slingshot to release? We do. Are we through? Like, have we played out the, you know, this daily squeeze release? We're at the 8th session. Wow. Let's see what do we got here. So it's obviously choppy. This could be a cup and handle. I like the stack positive moving averages, 8, 21, 34, 50, 200. Right? I like those. I'd like for this slingshot or this MACD to cross over to the upside. I'd like for this squeeze to release. If it does, I think we can continue up. Are we at all-time highs? No, we have room. All right, so the 200 SMA on the daily at 89, let's just call it 90, is obviously the overhead resistance / target. Nice psychological number. That $90 level is a nice psychological level. It's also the beginning of a massive supply zone. So there is a $5 move. Definitely an opportunity to make some money. Let's go. As far as candlesticks go, this is a rising channel, right? It's not a pennant, it's a rising channel. So that's not super bullish. Looks like it's bouncing between 2 and 3 ATR. Let's maintain that. So I'm not going to argue with it. What did it do last time? Ripped, pull back, sold off, ripped, consolidation. So it looks like overnight we, let's see, whoa. I guess it automatically wanted to update itself. WTF. Trendspider. All right, so we sold off, found support at the 34 EMA, slowly making our way back up, right? Rallied, back tested VWAP, or continuing to move up. So really, I would anticipate maybe a potential little bit of profit taking at the open. We are in a supply zone right now. We're in the supply zone. Yeah, this one, I think you might want to ask the slap on it. Who knows? I'll keep an eye on it. Definitely. Okay, I got time for about one more, and then I got to run. I'm going to look at Penn. I like PayPal. when all those ones you guys showed me, everybody showed me this morning, look good. Checking if there's any other ones. Okay. Lazario, Laz, dude, check it. Just because you've been so great, I'm going to go ahead and do these last two on the algo. Okay. Corsair and Disney. Disney, look at that. Okay. Corsair is... I don't like the algo on Corsair. It could be cup and handle forming. I'm not super impressed with this algo, though. Algo's formed a massive head and shoulders. Hopefully you can see it. If not, I can draw it out. Probably, maybe. Right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Right? The algo gets down below here. You know, you might want to short. As far as price action is concerned, it's maintaining its uptrend, higher lows and higher highs. I don't like this algo. All right, Disney. Disney's trading with price action. We have block level support coming in at 182. That is going to be the support. A breakdown below that, then we stair step down. However, I don't believe we're going to come back down and test 182 on Disney. It's pretty strong right now. Nice move. I'll check Disney on the chart, and then I got to run. Absolutely got to run. Yeah, this is bullish. So for Disney, a breakup of VWAP 184, and let's just call it 184.50. And then I see us continuing to move to the upside. We are maintaining the 21 EMA right now. We had that 50, 200 crossover, slingshot root squeeze getting ready to release, neutral relative strength, bullish, MACD, divergence, right? We'd like that to continue to move to the upside. For me to be a player on Disney, I want us to break VWAP, right? 184.50. And then I believe we could probably go to, I should have took it off of this level. 186, 187.50. 186.50. Yeah, there's our targets. Okay, gotta run. Thanks for joining me. All right, everyone. I'll do an afternoon review video of the stocks that we went over this morning. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for helping us source that information. Everybody stay safe, stay green, and remember, cash is position. Holy shit, AMD. All right. Yeah, stay safe, stay green. We'll see y'all tomorrow.